Hey, we are back again. Back for a Sunday sesh. What is up, guys? We have Flippityflop with us tonight. Before we get into it, we'll let them introduce themselves for those people who have been hiding under a rock and haven't found them on Instagram yet. Give us a quick hello and what you guys are up to.
All right, so we're Flippityflop. We started reselling back in September of 2020. Jesse actually sort of found it on YouTube, like watching Gary Vee and stuff like that. And once we started, we were hooked. So yeah, and right now we're getting also into vintage shirts. So we have another page called Thirsty Vintage, where we, showcase what we've got and sell things. So yeah.
Love it. I've paid some close attention to that the new vintage store. So I'm enjoying the stuff you're dropping on there. It's I'm just waiting for you to get one of those pieces that I can jump on and snag it up. So
we got you.
How much is that Shawn Michaels going for? What, you take $100 for that? I'll give you 100 for it.
Oh God, we paid more than that.
I'm nervous.
So welcome everyone, and thanks for joining us. Obviously, we've got Flippityflop with us tonight, and our boy Diary of a Flipper, Brad. We'll do a quick run around, see how the week has been, and then we'll get into a bit of a chat. Thanks everyone for joining us. Brad, how's the week been, mate?
Yeah, it's been a real roller coaster. The eBay week is up and down, crazy, fucking just doing my head in. I did a post about it on Instagram this week. Just one day was literally my worst day that I've had since I've been a reseller. Nothing, no defects, nothing. It's just a part of business. We have slow days. And then the next day just boosted. So it's just kind of been like that. So today's been pretty good. Yesterday was slow, I'm just riding that train, the roller coaster. And look, it's not too bad, but yeah, noticing those slow days, that's for sure. But overall, on average, it's all right still.
They're riding that wave, Flip, riding that wave. What is Flippityflop? Tell us, how's the week been? How's reselling been for you guys lately?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, we've been lazy. We're in the middle of sort of moving, and the whole thing with listing and being consistent pays off with the sales you make is 100%, because our sales have definitely dropped. I don't know, same thing as Jada though, but we felt once March and April hit, I don't know if people are buying as much or what's going on, but we felt our sales have definitely dropped for us. Yeah. But I don't know if it's also to do with the consistency as well.
Yeah, we haven't been uploading as much or listing. We did have a pretty good few sales, okay. But for the work we've put into it, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. And for us, we have sort of had a little bit of a quieter month as well. We've had a couple really good days, but inconsistent. So I think that's seems to be pretty much the same across the board. So wondering if it's got to do with school holidays and Easter and people spending money and that sort of stuff in other places. So yeah, it's interesting to hear that everyone's sort of on the same page. We'll say a quick hello to a few people in the chat. I saw Disney Thrifter of Oz saying she's going to watch The Storm. Fair enough. We've got Megan, Raucous Reg, Jazz in the house like always, keeping us safe. Thrifting Oz style. We have Chris in, who was our guest the other week. So good to see you, Chris. Thanks for being here. Drew and Sarah in the house, big supporters of you guys, and I know you appreciate what they're up to as well. So good to see you guys there. Captain's always in. Good to see you. Rack Raiders, Aussie Tip, right? We love that name. Charlie's in. Oz Riley, Kursko, Georgia Clark, and Sam. So thanks everyone for joining us tonight. If you guys have any questions for Flippityflop along the way, please drop them in the chat because we would love to hear from them. But essentially, we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about your reselling journey so far. So you said you've started reselling in September last year and you've just moved. So that's kind of thrown a little bit of a pump the brakes a little bit. But how's it been? It's been a long time since I started, and I can't really remember what it was like. So you're gonna have to fill me in. What's the learning curve been like?
Oh, I don't know. It's been Jesse, just jump in. I feel like I talk a lot, so I try to just talk when I can. So no, it's been crazy. When we started off September, October, I think our first sale on eBay was this hat we got from Volkswagen when we bought a car. And we chucked it up for $15. And I'm and money came in on my PayPal. And I'm what the heck? eBay actually works. So yeah, I just didn't even think it was possible to sell on eBay as like, I thought you had to have a business and whatever.
Yeah, back early on, I'll cut you off. Early on, we used to live in an apartment complex where we had a like garbage heap where everyone would chuck their garbage as well, which was pretty good. So we found like a few golf clubs that went on to sell pretty good from down there. One of the first sales was a cat. What is it called?
No, don't tell them that.
We're telling them.
Cat tree.
One of the extra things they sleep on. It looked really good to us. It looked like pretty brand new condition. So we picked it up. That sold for like good money in like the first like 40 minutes. Yeah. First hour it sold, and we're like, what the freak? Like, this is crazy. So we went and dropped that off.
And tangent.
Yeah.
Anyways, we ended up like.
I'll tell them. We dropped that off, right? A couple of weeks later, we ended up having and we own a cat as well, but we ended up having fleas.
Months later, like we're like, where did these fleas come from? And like the vet was like, did you bring anything in? And I'm like, no.
We were like, oh, are they like they're like they can hop on your shoes? And we're like, what happened? How the heck did we get fleas and stuff? And then we remembered back.
It was literally months later though. So like I couldn't even contact the lady and say, hey, it had fleas.
We sold someone fleas, basically.
I feel horrible. Anyways, Jesse just went on
that takes flea market to a new level. That one does.
Oh my God. Seriously, that was horrible. But yeah, we just I don't know. We started garage sales was so good for us towards like the end of last year, and that's where we made most of our money. But it's been great. We've like made it's more money than I thought we would make.
Yeah, and it's opened up an entirely new world for us for sure, and it's putting us down a different avenue we knew nothing, seriously knew nothing about, and opened up new things which we could get into in the future, which is crazy because I never knew that was possible.
Yeah,
for me personally.
What got you guys started apart from flipping the cap that you got? Like, what sort of pushed you into reselling? Like, what was that? What was that flame that was like, we're going to give this a go?
I think first of all, we got like really lucky at the start as well. I think that pays off as well when you start something and you have a bit of luck first, then you write it out.
Like we can I explain to them? So as I said, we're watching like doing garage sales, and I'm like, oh, you can go to garage sales and pick up things. So we went like, this was honestly like, it was weird. We were
like, oh my God, that looks amazing. Sunny days. Sunny days, going around and finding things. Yeah,
I love haggling.
Finding things that be personal as well as like sell off as well.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you guys this story because this was actually what ignited it really crazy. So we went to a garage sale. It was at 4 p.m. And we were like, oh, no, we won't go. Like, Siebes, we can't be bothered. Anyways, it was like only like 5 minutes away.
No one knows what Siebes
is. Can't be bothered anyways. And then we went and we picked up this like retired Lego set for like $10. And I was so hesitant to buy it. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to spend $10 on that. Like, it looks old. No one's going to buy it, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, we ended up obviously putting it up on eBay. This is before we knew what comps and solds were and how to, find out what to buy. It sold, I think, in like 2 days for like $120. And I was like, what the actual heck? So that's really actually what really ignited it for us. I'm like, whoa. And then obviously when we started watching you guys, because that's how we learned a lot of it.
Yeah.
How to like look up sold comps and stuff. That's obviously how we gained a bit more of our knowledge. So yeah. Sorry, I don't know if that answered the question.
No, absolutely. I think that was a very good answer. You hit all the nails on the head there. So I think a lot of us.
It's safe to say, sorry, bro. It's safe to say when it basically you touched on that cat scratcher and everything, and you flipped that, and you had your little bug issue. Was it after that when you noticed you were just itching to get into the reselling game?
We were itching. Anything to make some.
Anything to give fleas to people.
That's a quality dad joke. I do like that one.
It would have been bugging the person that bought it, that's for sure.
It's hilarious. They didn't contact us, so I don't know what happened. Like, I don't even know. Maybe it wasn't even that. Who knows? We're just bringing things in, but we're thinking it's that.
That's a quality story. I don't think I've ever given anyone fleas from our stuff, but I'm sure I've pissed a few people off with some of the negatives that you get at some points in time. But yeah, it's pretty cool to follow you guys on Instagram, and you sort of share when you're going out garage sailing and all that sort of stuff. Is garage sailing like better for you than thrifting, or do you sort of gravitate to one or the other more?
It was at one point.
Last year
and again, that's what I
crazy.
mean by luck. Like I think we got into it as well as when garage sales were hitting off at the end of the year for everyone.
But now garage sales have been a bust, to be honest. There haven't been much going around in our area, and when we do get there, they're pricing things really high. Like even Facebook Marketplace, like things have that you think you're like, oh, these people actually did their research and they're actually putting it up on like eBay market price. So for us, actually, Vinnies have been and op shops. We have one local to us that great prices. It's where obviously I'll speak about the cameras later, but op shops have definitely been our go-to, and we've been like dabbling in like other little areas like women's clothes and things like that I don't usually do. Yeah,
definitely. I just want to say a quick hello to Uncle Wayne's Flips, another new channel getting around in Australia. So quality, I'm a bit jealous of the beard and the hair, because I struggle in both those areas, especially in the hair area. But good to see you here, mate. Thanks for dropping by on a Sunday evening.
Someone wants to drop his link to go over and check out. Give Wayne a sub, because he's putting out some good stuff. Experienced reseller, he knows his shit. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, so I guess newer to the YouTube game, but definitely not new to the reselling game. So good to catch you here as well. So guys, give us a little bit of a rundown of why you're sort of shifting a little bit into, well, not shifting, but adding vintage to your bow, because I've seen you guys going pretty hard on that, and I reckon you spent a fair few dollars over the last few months. So give us a rundown of what the vintage future looks like, and what's the sort of goal with that? Is it just going to be an extra, or are you going to try and move into that completely, or what's the go?
Do you want me to explain?
Yeah.
All right. So we honestly, with the vintage stuff, like again, Jesse started buying some vintage shirts here and then. I'm like, why are you spending that money? Like, I'm all about saving and stuff like that. And I honestly don't know exactly. I think maybe like Jesse's love for wrestling as well, like the fact that there was the wrestling and the vintage, and then I don't know how the vintage part started. Actually,
I remember first I picked up a Titanic shirt because that's like my favorite movie, and then Tamara was in shock at how much I spent on that.
He had to beg me for it, like not beg me for it, but
But then Tamara came along and started picking up some shirts as
literally
well.
I don't know how it started. Like we obviously started watching Trey, like the Down Under Flea and things like that, and we just liked, we like clothing, we like shirts, and then the graphics and the wrestling and movies and all that, like it's all like intertwined into one. And we've been able to actually flip shirts for quite a bit. Like
we were surprised at that point of picking up shirts that no one really knew about, and the different styles.
Like collectors, like I don't know how much to share, but like with where you're asking like where it's going to go, we started our vintage page. Like, I mean, we have collected quite a few pieces, and there's obviously pieces that we want to keep and pieces that we want to sell. And I don't want to speak too much into the future, but when we move up to the Gold Coast, because we're still moving, we've got 3 more weeks in Sydney.
I think I can actually. I was just thinking.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
explain.
So our thing is, number one, we want to my dream is to work with Tamara as much as possible. If we can do a job where we can work together, where we don't have to leave each other for 8 hours of the day or whatever, that is the dream. So then now that made my brain think, what can we do? Which is reselling is one of them, obviously. But pretty hard for 2 people to do that full time.
Oh yeah.
But we just like the side hustles, really. Tamara teaches piano. She'll get into some fitness stuff later on. This t-shirt thing is just.
We want to do a half coffee shop, half t-shirt thing, and a pop-up to be this is just future plans, obviously, once everything settles, but sort of do a pop-up thing, see how that goes, and just I don't know, trial things. And obviously I want to do things we love. I do teaching, but I mean, it's not my passion. I like it, but there's other things we're discovering that we like more, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think the only reason I couldn't get into vintage is I couldn't actually sell any of them because they just end up in my cupboard. So you guys are smashing that out, and I'm really enjoying the stuff you put on. But like Jazzy's saying, it is an expensive game, and we do like a pricey old shirt. So it's going to be cool to see where you guys go, and I really like that idea of the coffee shop and the shirt shop. I'll definitely come over for a visit for sure.
Steal it. No one in Gold Coast steal it.
You guys got that on copyright. You heard it here first.
I'm joking.
If you're going to do it, you got 3 weeks to do it. Hurry up, get out there and do it now.
That's crazy. Flip, do you have any questions for these guys before we move on to what's sold and all that sort of stuff? I'm sure you've got some burning questions.
Yeah, I'll touch on the T-shirts because that's obviously something that you're pretty passionate about now and what you do a lot of. And for anyone that does follow you guys on Instagram, they know you love a good wrestling T-shirts. Jesse especially, you're always rocking something sweet. But if you could sort of give us sort of your favourite. So for people watching along, if they do find something in the thrift or whatever, and to save themselves actually having to list it and all that sort of stuff, they might be able to come straight to you guys because they know this is a part of your business. You have a vintage T-shirt store and this is your future. What's the sort of stuff that you do like and like to pick up? They might come straight to you. What are some of your favourite things other than wrestling, but what are some other things that you guys like to pick up? Because I know you buy from all different places, whether it be auctions and eBay, and you also thrift a lot of stuff too. But what are some of the stuff that you like to sell, you enjoy selling?
Like, as in, you mean shirt-wise or just in general?
Yeah, no, just shirt-wise. So, so whether it be your Disney stuff, obviously the wrestling's one of them, TV shows, bands, all that sort of stuff. What are your favourites?
Anything that, like, takes me back, to be honest, for me anyway. It's like any movie I watched in my childhood, any bands I listened to. They're obviously way more harder to get rid of though, so you got to be careful in that. We try and test like different markets. We what was like art T-shirts?
Oh yeah, so
like that.
I don't know if like but like we found that art T-shirts, like if there's like a sort of art, like I don't know how to explain it. You know, pop art shirts. I don't know if you've heard of like Roy Lichtenstein. He does like art tees that are a bit sort of like not alternative, but they've got like sayings that are a little bit like politically incorrect, maybe. Is it politically incorrect? I don't know. There's like things, I don't know if you've seen it, Jada, but actually Knockbox logo. So Bronson, we bought a shirt off him where it said, "Oh my God, I left my baby on the bus." And when we heard that, we didn't know anything. We like bought it for $50 off Bronson. He like did an auction, and like it was a buy it now. Anyways, we picked it up, and we had someone contact us from Canada who's obviously like an avid art collector, and he offered us $350 USD. Like for he bought another one off us that I picked up off an auction as well.
We basically get things that if we are going to buy them, if they don't sell, we're fine with that. Yeah. We'll keep it. So obviously like good pieces to the eye for us. And then I think that's how you find out.
And the tags and things like that, obviously. Like, I don't know, if you find, we've never found anything in the thrift. Did I just cut you off? Sorry. We haven't really found any crazy shirts. I know some people have in the thrift. That's just personally.
That's my first go-to is that, because it's like the most exciting for me. But
there hasn't been any luck in the thrift.
Found any.
Yeah.
But more so wrestling. For us, we take like, I'd say small gambles on shirts, and as I said, we'd keep them if they don't sell, and we'd be happy with the price we paid for them. But I think that's how you find like different markets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you answered your question, Jada.
To be honest,
of course.
We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing, guys.
You're enjoying it though. You're enjoying it. Enjoying the ride. I agree with you on the art shirts, because I had one as well. It was just this weird, I don't even think it had a tag. I think the tag was ripped. It was just your old single stitch. There was just this weird picture on it. I can't even remember what it was. It was just like this warped head. And it had a little name down the bottom. So I thought, I'm going to have to do my research, because stuff like that, you got to do your research. Yeah. And then I looked up this guy, and he was an artist that died in the 90s. And then I looked, and I found one of his T-shirts listed for about $700. So I thought, hang on, what's going on here? Maybe this is where the shot, and I could not find another thing about it. So I thought, oh, well, this guy's got his listed for 700. It was a different design, but it was art by the same guy. So I listed mine for 500. I'd sat there for a little while, but I ended up taking an offer of about 150 or something from off the top of my head from memory. So some of those weird ones, that art stuff. I don't know nothing about art, but if it looks kind of funky and I know it's old, I'm going to pick it up every day.
Yeah, for sure. There's so many weird things out there, and it's hard to learn them all. So taking on taking that leap is pretty awesome. Jazz has dropped your Instagram there, so people can check that out as well. I wanted to say a quick hello to Jen's first time catching a live. Hello, everyone. So thanks for coming along, Jen. We really appreciate it. Drew and Sarah saying art tees are crazy. All over Picassos are so gorgeous. Those guys are getting pretty heavy into the vintage at the moment as well. So it's pretty cool to see all these like vintage pop-ups coming along and sort of taking on the market and testing it out. So cool to see what's going on.
I wish we got onto it about 2 years ago or a year ago. This shirt was like $120 on Depop, and now it's $1,000. Are you serious?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Bloody crazy.
Sorry, just cut you off there.
Exciting part as well. Things just go. All of a sudden, it takes one person wearing it or
paying an amount, and it's like gone up. Anyway, sorry.
I've noticed just in the short time been chatting, you're very good at finishing each other's sentences. So how does that go day to day? Is that something that you can deal with when you're out in the thrift, or does it bother you because or is it just how you guys interact?
If you've seen me, I can be a bit moody. That's probably why I'm a bit moody.
I'm always. Oh God.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I don't know. We get along pretty. When we're in the thrift, we go in and we like separate. And I go obviously finding my stuff. But when we're talking, I always cut him off. He gets annoyed.
Yeah, but no. We complain. Everyone complains about everything, but I love it at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, you guys, you must if you're wanting to work, full time together. So, I think finding that balance is always hard in a relationship, and you guys look like you have a great balance. So.
I want to. I haven't heard it from Tamara yet. So.
Nah. Same. No, we do we're like best friends. I know it sounds really weird, but like
we even to match. Like if bringing it back to the t-shirt thing, if we can find a t-shirt, which if you don't know. Large to extra large are like the
ones that sell the best.
Yeah, so it's like beneficial if we can find a small or a medium that suits Tamara in the exact same design. We'll grab it because we love to match, and it'll drop about 100 off the price, which is sick.
Oh, God.
Just a few people in the chat saying they know a few people that finish each other's sentences, so that's pretty cool. Jazz actually got a really cool jacket the other day with a Picasso print on it, so it's pretty cool.
I've seen all of those jackets; they're sick. I just don't feel like I could put it on.
Yeah, I didn't even know when she picked it up. I was like, "That's a jacket," and she's like, "No, it's really cool." I was like, "Oh yeah, that seems fine."
Oh God!
But that's the thing. You're always going to keep learning in this game, and you can never stop learning because there's so many things out there. So while we're talking of things that sell, let's get into favorite sale of the week. We want to hear from the chat what their favorite sale of the week is as well. And we want to hear from you guys what your favorite sale of the week is. Covering up half your face there, but that's all right. So I'll try and Judder's breaking out the popcorn, I think.
No, sorry. Just emptied another six-pack.
So let's jump on over. We'll start with Flippity Flop. Give us a little bit of a rundown of this one right here.
All right, should I cut it sweet and short? I'm gonna
give us the full story.
Okay. Well, I went into a salvo on a bright 9 a.m. Monday morning.
We're just talking about the sale, not the
final. Oh no, he wants to know the full. Do you want to know the full story? Because I'll give him like what's the story?
I want the Titanic version.
Oh, okay. Well, I went in and I saw this lady putting out cameras, and I'm like, because we've obviously sold film cameras before. We put them up; they're like sold in like a minute. And I saw her putting them up. I'm like, oh, okay. And I went around. I didn't want to be like over her shoulder too much. Literally, I came back. I took nearly all of them because all the film cameras I think we're selling for like $3, and then the one that you can see in the photo, I think I picked that up for $25 plus a couple others.
I was at work, by the way.
Jesse was at work. I ended up spending like $200 anyway. Film cameras are all gone. These ones are obviously a bit pricier. I've got this one for $25 and it obviously sold for $140 plus $18.95. I had it up for $400 for some ridiculous reason. It's untested, but dropped the price down and it sold in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that night was we had two that sold.
Yeah,
and we had them both up for $400. But I said especially because we're moving, we're trying to like really hard get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
So I said drop the price. Like we can not be greedy for
and we still
a
made
little
a
bit.
profit. So
and they sold in like.
Drew would like to know what the weather was like on that day.
I forget, but it might have been raining actually, because I remember having to do a couple of trips. I did grab a few things, but I took everything, and then actually just on that, sorry if you don't mind me saying, I went back maybe 2 weeks ago, and they must have had a few cameras still in the back that they just brought out, and the price was $80, and I'm like, no thanks, I'm not buying that. Yeah. Obviously, because I cleared it out.
Well, I'm glad to hear there was no icebergs, but it does sound like it was a bit of a wet day. Apparently, the Titanic story ends badly if no one's seen that. So,
it does.
Well, I hear from both of you. You're floating out of Vinnie's on the door, right? You only one of you. So you've got the cameras and yourselves, but only two can make it. Do the cameras get thrown overboard, or does Jesse get thrown overboard? It's Jesse, isn't it?
but first she takes his shirt off his back so she can sell it and get the money back.
The shirt stays.
I'll push Tamara overboard and take a photo at the same time.
The truth comes out. Let's head over to Brad's sale of the week. I'm pretty sure I've got the right one here. Tell us about this one, Brad.
I thought I'd do a T-shirt this week because we've got the vintage T-shirt experts on, so I thought I'd flash one of them. This one, I really didn't know what I was doing with this one. This was another case of, I knew it was an old shirt. It had a whopping hole in the front of it, right near his head. Looked like someone's tried to shoot him. And I've seen some others sort of listed, around that 150 to 200 mark. So, and that was just all American. They were all American listings. This one, I just thought, look, we'll flaunt it to the American crowd. Hopefully someone over there picks it up, which they did. This is getting shipped to the States somewhere, or it's on its way there, hopefully. I had that 150 mark on it. They've sent me an offer of 125, and I've taken it. So this was out of a bulk deal. So I paid, I think this one was about $11 I paid on this one. So $11-12, give or take. So not too bad. Pretty happy with that. Something that's just random as shit, in my opinion. I know nothing about Chief Joseph, but I was happy with that.
Definitely. That's a nice little sale. So we want to hear from the chat as well what your sale of the week is. Now, I had to keep along the same lines of Flippityflop here. So we had to keep it going. So I picked this Canon EOS 3000N SLR camera, body only, up for like $15. Just it was sitting on the counter at Salvos. I believe it was a warm day. I can't remember 100%, but it was just sitting there, and I thought I'm going to give this a crack. $15, and it sold pretty quickly actually. So I was pretty happy with that one. Little Canon. I know some of the other ones can go for big money, but that one it's decent. Yeah. So everyone, let us know in the chat what your sale of the week is. It's always cool to hear what everyone else has been selling around the traps. Have you guys seen a bit of an increase in winter gear yet? Have you seen a pickup in winter at all?
A little bit with jackets.
Yeah, we have been selling a few more jackets actually that I bought about a few months ago. We've got these. What were they called? Oh, yeah, actually, sorry, I'll talk about them. I went to a garage sale about, end of last year, maybe December or November, and I got these two Kathmandu vintage jackets for $5 each. Oof. And both of them sold, I think, in last month. I think they both went for $90 each. Yeah, so, the jackets have been doing good. Sorry, I like to gloat about our sales.
No, it's good to hear. And what about you? The winter gear ticking over?
Yeah, I'm pretty all round with jeans, like all year round. On average sell at least a pair a day. So that's kind of, I don't know if it's increased. It's just kind of stayed the same. But yeah, I got a lot of jackets last year. I don't know if people remember. I bought shitloads of them in a bulk deal. And it was right at the start of summer. So very stupid timing to buy it. But it was also my plan with that. It was kind of unique to America, that stuff too. So I was sort of flirting that to the American crowd with minimal postage on it for them, minimal expense to them. So I sort of flirted it a bit to them for their winter, and it ticked along, but it wasn't sort of crazy sales on it. But now I've actually been ending and sell similar, all of that stuff, and adjusting the price to suit the Aussies. So I'm actually moving a lot of that stuff, especially to Melbourne. A lot of the Melbourners there, it's bloody cold down this way at the minute. And I'm in Ballarat, it's even colder. I'm freezing tonight. So, that stuff has definitely picked up. But, yeah, the jeans-wise, I'm sort of, all year round. Does that change for you, Brad? Jeans, do you still sell consistently all year round on jeans?
Yeah, we sell pretty consistent like you, Brad. I think we do see a little bit of a pickup winter, and jackets 100% pick up this time of year. And we did exactly what Brad's done and ended a whole heap of old ones and sell similar, change some items specifics up just to get them fresh while everyone's looking. So good little strategy there, I think. There's some sales coming through in the chat. I want to say a quick hello to Leanne as well, all the way from Ireland. Dropping in. So thanks for being here. Saucy Snag sold a Banty for $149. Uncle Wayne sold a set of 42 wrestling cards for $115, paid $5. Gotta love the card stock. I did a bit of a rearrange in the card room today to change the background, but do enjoy the cards. Kersko, I sold a handmade John Deere baby blanket for $40 that I picked up for $4 of that. Best sale from Drew and Sarah, Ice Cube crew neck for $120 USD on Grailed, raffle win. That is gold. Jen picked up 2 boxes of 400 vinyls for $30. Not sure the value, but even at $1 vinyl, that's got to be a good pickup, right? Flipper would know all about that. He's done that a couple of times and done quite well with it. So
yeah, I've never lost out from those sort of deals. It depends. There's a lot of you go to the op shop and look at everything that's in there. There's a lot of junk, but we all expect it to be shit, and I found, and I didn't even do my research on this until I got that big lot of 400 myself, which was going back 12 months ago now, because that was a lot of crap in that. But I just kind of did bundles of, say, 9 vinyl and put them up for $30, and they sold. They just kept selling, and some of them, look, they took a while to tick over, but all of these were crap that you see in op shops. It was all shit. But I think a lot of the people buying them, because they're buying so many, a lot of the sort of same guys were buying different lots from me. I think they have brick and mortar stores. So I think they're buying them from me, and they're still getting them fairly cheap, and then, selling them for $5-10 a piece. So that's what I'm guessing. I don't know that for fact, but I found some of that op shop crap that you see that you think's absolute rubbish. Even Kamal, he even sold. You just chuck him sleeping in the middle of a bulk lot, and
you just send him to Robbie to make chicken fodder out of. Cara has been selling boots like crazy. That's awesome. I had a vintage dress, loads of holes, so I cut off all the buttons and sold them for $10.
Nice.
Interesting. Harry Potter first edition cost $3, sold for $80. That's awesome.
One book?
Yeah.
The Gons picked up a Toolmaker's technical book for $4, listed and sold for $80 the next day. Wow. Cara liked her 50-cent discontinued Body Shop perfume for $100+ post.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Always looking.
Sold an antique multimeter from 1940 for $170. I didn't even realize they had multimeters back in the 1940s, but sure. Vintage Nancy Drew 9 hardcover books picked up for 90 cents, sold for $99 free post. Wow. Time to get the Robbie Hollywood special out. The old Kamal. Do love Kamal. So some interesting sales there, guys. Now, we always do a section. Wow. During the Wide World of Reselling, and we like to call it.
We don't have sex.
Well, that's
not on this channel.
That's private streams, right?
Different website.
So dog shit. I had to do that just because I knew it was going to sit on your head. But here's the real dog shit of the week. Freezing on eBay out the back door. Tell us. We'll start with Diary of a Flipper, give you guys to have a little bit of a think about what you want to do. Now, it doesn't have to be dog shit of the week. First time on the show, so you can do your best dog shit of all time. So I want to hear the juicy details. Flipper, dog shit for this week. Do you have anything to report?
I do, but I'm not going to touch on it too much because I'm actually going to do a video on it this week. That's how good my dog shit was. It was just I got scammed. So I've been scammed, and I got scammed twice by the same person. I thought it was resolved, and then they come back and got me again. And so I'm going to touch on it a bit. There'll be a video maybe tomorrow if I can be bothered editing it, or probably more likely Tuesday, and just talk a little bit about that. It's a common scam. It's a chargeback scam. A lot of people, if you've been reselling for a long time, will be familiar with it, but I'll just touch on what happened to me for those that haven't heard of it or aren't aware of it, because it's the first time I've been done with it, and it's just reminded me to be aware of what I'm doing. So, I got scammed. It was dog shit. I'll feed into a little bit more of that through the week.
Cara is saying Wide World of Reselling OnlyFans. I don't think we'd make too much money on that one, but we'll keep it in mind if we're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
You got to do what you got to
do. Well, Brad's almost got it out live on stream once before, so what's the difference, really?
Couple of times now.
All right, guys, give us your dog shit of all time. We want the full story. We want to hear the details.
Like, honestly, we've never been scammed on eBay, touch wood. We're very careful. Like, obviously, we've learned from you guys. I think someone sent, this is not really, we're not talking about it yet, but yeah, someone sent us an address saying, can you please ship it to here? I'm like, that seems a bit dodgy because, like, you have to send it off the eBay one. Anyways, she was clean. We canceled it and she resent us. Like, she sent the right address, like, did it correctly. Anyways, that was something we actually learned from you guys. But we haven't really had a crazy dog shit, to be honest. Like, we've had one return because we stuffed up. But I'll tell you one thing. We showed these a few weeks ago. I got Fear of God vans, but they were replica vans. So they weren't real. The real ones go for like $1,000. Anyways, we obviously did our research. Someone sent us a message saying, hey, just check they're not fakes. And obviously we went online because I thought you couldn't make fakes of them, but obviously you can. So we checked them. Anyways, they were fake. And so we put them up for $100, sold in like a half an hour. But we ended up...
But we did put like replica in
Yeah, we put replica. And apparently I think Captain Opshop Nerd sent us a message saying... don't put replica up, you'll get zeroed, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the guy paid. I dispatched it straight away to make sure eBay wouldn't take our money. And we still got the zero message like a week later. So our sales did go down. Yeah.
That's what not to do and
what not to do.
It's good advice though. We've had that happen to us before as well. So definitely don't use that one in the title. And we've had the same situation where we've sold it and we're like, oh, we're all good. And then later on we've got a zero and we're like, well, it's already gone. Like what do you want us to do? So
it stopped sales maybe. Sorry.
Yeah, no. And I think when you get those sorts of things, it's probably a Facebook or Gumtree solution for us in future if we get them, but we try not to pick that sort of stuff up now. But $100 from a replica, that's pretty bloody good.
Yeah. We didn't know either if you said replica that's bad on eBay. I thought you're being honest. You're saying it's a replica thing.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I think it's just it's just because it's like a copyright item. So they don't like that sort of stuff. But there's other places that you can sort of work around it a little bit, I think. So yeah, I've even seen some stuff on Depop like that where, it's like a bootleg. And Depop don't really care too much. So
they're pretty chill.
On that, we put up a bootleg shirt and actually Depop took it down because it said bootleg in it. And it's weird. I don't know. Like just saying they did take it down, but I don't know.
Well, there we go. Yeah. That's a nice looking cat you got there. I was going to say something else, but
Thank for the OnlyFans page.
She's been a little bit cheeky. We're actually at my parents, and we've got a cat. My mum has a cat, and she'll go out and she'll start hissing at it, and I'm like, "Get back inside." She's naughty. She gets out.
Yeah, we've had some run-ins with a couple cats around here lately as well. Just quietly, but the problem we're having is now Pepper's getting as big as Lucky. So before Lucky would just be like piss off, but now it's kind of like who's going to win. Like you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've got a never-ending cycle at this joint. So cats aren't real welcome at my house because I have birds. But because I have birds, I have mice. So the cats come after the mice, but me dogs hate the cats. So there's just forever fights everywhere. So it's great.
Leanne's saying she once bought a pair of G-Star jeans with Armani buttons. I bought some shocking stuff early days like G-Star before I realized that it was fake and faked heavily. And I didn't understand. I was like, oh, G-Star. And then like once I started looking up, I was like, this is so fake. Like, how did I even get done this badly? Like, but you don't know until you know, right? So you gotta learn pretty good. Loves to remove the item and punish you. Yeah, you don't want to get on the bad side of eBay. Let's just put it that way, because they can do some damage. I want to hear from the chat if anyone else has had any dog shit this week or in the last couple of weeks. It's always good to hear what else is going on in the community, and if anyone else is doing anything though. Leanne's calling it gob shit.
Dog shot.
Gob shot. What a gob shot.
I had a weird one this week too. Actually, I'll mention. I spoke to eBay chat today. It's not a dog shit, but it's just weird because I sold an item to someone in America, but then not long after, eBay pulled it, and then they said that was a dodgy account. They were sus on it. They've kicked them off. So anyway, fair enough, whatever. But they've pulled the whole listing and they've taken every little bit of information out of it. So I don't actually know what the item was that's sold, but it's in my waiting for payment. So it's still sitting there. I've sold it for $20-something, and it shows the postage, it shows the username, but it doesn't show what the item was called, doesn't show the photos. None of the description, none of it's there, and I can't get rid of it. I try and cancel the order or remove it from my waiting for payment, and it just says you can't do anything, check your messages. So I check my messages, and there's no message about it. So I've contacted eBay chat, and they can't get rid of it. And they just told me to sit it out and let it sit there for the 90 days, and then it'll disappear. That's all they've given me. So it's just sitting there with, like, it's a unpaid item with nothing there, and I don't know what the item is, so I can't even relist it. I have... three stores, one of them with 1,800 things in it. So
that's gob shit.
Yeah, gob straight. Pain in the ass, but it's not dog shit, but it's just annoying.
I've got a little squeeze, a little touch of the cloth. So we had a local sale, so we shipped it locally, and it took a couple of days, and we got a message saying, "Oh, where's my item?" And I was like, "It's been like 3 days. Like, what do you want me to do?" And I said, "Oh, hey, you can check in with the Australia Post, like, because we can see the tracking, obviously. But apart from that, we can't really lodge a lost parcel because it's been 3 days. Like, you have to wait." They didn't like that, and I said, "Look, I can lodge a dispute if you want me to, but it's not going to go anywhere because they don't open them until after 2 weeks." And then they got the item the next day, and they left us a neutral, and I was like, "What for?" But I'm not even going to chase it up because I just don't care. It doesn't affect my account at all. It just sits there. Jazzy's saying,
"Tell that neutral."
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear about our?
Yeah, go on. Tell us the neutral.
We sold it for. Sorry, Jada, you can tell your thing first if you want.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. No, all I was going to say is I still get rid of neutrals. I hate them.
Yeah,
they shit me.
Exactly. We're like 100% positive right now.
We had our first neutral the other week.
I'll explain it. So we sold a typewriter to someone in the States, and they were getting it for a charity event, like where she was like remodeling them and selling them, obviously for a charity. And I was really good with her, like messaging her, showing her exactly what it looked like, because it wasn't an amazing typewriter. Like, I didn't know if it worked or not, and I told her that, and we took a lot of money off from what I had it listed. Anyways, she got it, and then I went on to my I always check the feedback, and I'm like, why do we have extra feedback, but like we don't have like an extra positive feedback? Anyways, she left us a neutral, and I contacted her. I'm like, hey, like, why did you leave us? Obviously nice. Like, why did you leave us a neutral? We talked about this. I sent you exact photos. I was 100% honest. I told you not to buy it if you weren't happy with it.
She was confused. So she wasn't leaving us a bad comment. She thought she was leaving like the product
review, but
a review from just product, and it wasn't going to reflect on our store.
But it got removed anyway. But that's another thing. We went to eBay, I'm like, can you please remove it? Because like blah blah blah.
Yeah, she was nice. She didn't mean to do what she done. She just thought, hey, this is like she
still shouldn't have put a neutral, because I was 100% honest with her, and I said, don't buy it if you're not happy. Like, you know.
She was confused.
He had some weird ones, and like Captain's saying, he has seen some people say love it and leave a negative. Raiders is saying they're waiting for some numbnut to pay for their pop vinyl they won it last Sunday. Stupid, you have to wait 8 days before you can relist it next morning. What's up, Ebony? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Hey, legends, on Sundays, always here on Sundays, and it's great to have Flippity Flop with us. So we've got 15 minutes left, guys. So I want to find out a little bit behind the scenes. So I want to find out, we've got a couple with us. We usually just have the guys shooting shit. So I'm going to pull a little bit of a Swifty up here, and Brad doesn't even know about this yet. So I want to hear the details. So who messes up the bed the worst? Now I can tell you, when it's me and Jazz, I get about this much room, and I'm not a small guy. Like I'm pretty hefty, and somehow Jazzy's on like a 90-degree angle, and then there's a cat somewhere squished in there as well. So tell us the truth. Who kicks who out of bed?
Tamara kicks me for 100%. We talk about it almost every day as well. She puts her big round booty. she sleeps like this.
Yeah,
like that. So the point.
I know that move. I know that move.
Yeah, right? So where she thinks she's on her side, but her ass is like going for you. So I get the tiniest part. I'm waking up sore every day. It's Tamara for sure. Far out.
I'll say yes to that.
I don't know how it happens sometimes. Like Jazzy's quite petite, as most people know, but somehow night times she grows a Beyonce butt, and next minute me out of bed.
That'd be a battle, Jesse, too, because you're not a short bloke, are you?
No, I'm
he nudges so much into me. I'm not even joking. His knees, like, and he's bony. It's like, move your knees.
I have to sleep like on my belly, like in the Superman pose, like one arm up. It's really weird with my knee out, one leg
so
sticking
annoying.
out. It beats her like hot oven she puts on me like every night.
Jesse's being really inappropriate, guys.
No, it's hot.
Jazz reckons I'm lucky to be in the bed at all, which is probably true. So, I'll keep quiet. Now let's go a bit deeper. Who has the worst eBay habits? Who does the dodgy shit on eBay? And I'll own up here, because I've stuffed a few things up lately. So who makes the mistakes?
Well, Tamara runs at
I practically run, because Jesse works full time. So because I do casual, I mainly run it. Yeah. And I will make the mistakes, like especially when we first started doing listings, we weren't putting in the right things. And even now, that things that get sold from like things we listed like 5 months ago, I'm like, holy crap, I put like the wrong thing in, or I didn't describe this properly.
But
it's me.
She's only done that a couple of times. She's been like amazing. The amount of work, obviously, everyone knows the amount of work.
Yeah, it's easy to do. It's easy to misspell something in titles. I had one the other day that said R.M. Willems instead of Williams. So that was early. Next question, Brad. If you got any, jump in, of course. But next question.
Might be highly inappropriate, so I'm better off shutting my mouth.
Well, that's the only fans version, mate.
That's right.
So you walk into an op shop. Who's getting the best item? Who's the best picker?
I definitely am, for sure. What do you mean?
When we're together, he is. Obviously, I'm by myself. Obviously, me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Damn. Okay.
Actually, we work together.
Yeah.
To find the best items.
Yeah. Basically. I'm very competitive. Like. Sorry, I'm very competitive. I'll try and keep like Tamara away from the t-shirts, because I'm still hoping for that damn big pull.
Or that big mambo that comes out.
Yeah, something. But yeah.
What's your go-to move to block people out of that spot? So Brad's got the backing up. He reckons you back into them and we just keep going until they're out of the way. What's your move when you know there's a good item coming up? Like, how do you get to that item before anybody else?
I was in the girl section the other day, which is weird. Girls are crazy. Like, it was like older women, like they just shop hard. They were coming at like every angle. So I was like stuck. Like I was on the racks. I was like stuck in the middle, and I'm like waiting for my turn to keep moving down the rack, and they're not like moving. They're like just coming in hands. So I couldn't. They pushed me out. I just went screw it and walked away. So I'm not too sure.
I don't really. What I do, I just go to the place where like there's not many people, maybe, and like we end up buying things that are okay because they don't know that they're good.
We just rush in. I'll tell you one. The Steve Irwin figure that I found. Tamara, I was at the rack, but Tamara like looked over everything and she missed it.
Being lazy.
But I just ran to that, and I think I like saw tunnel vision. I didn't even like, you know, when you just lose yourself, you don't even remember what happened. So I seriously, I didn't even know if I knocked anyone over or anything, and I could have. But who the heck knows? I needed that. That was crazy.
I actually have a story pretty similar to that, but I just want to touch on Charlie's thing here. She said instead of writing taking shape, she wrote talking shape. So probably would have gone a little bit down the rankings. Leanne said, yes, old biddies are heathens. And Uncle Wayne reckons farting always works for him. So if you want to give that a go tomorrow, you can give that a crack.
No, that'll clear a few out. I've got one question for you, Jesse.
Yeah.
How long and how much effort has been put into that slug over the top lid? How long has that been going? Because as long as I've seen you and been watching you, it's been there.
I'll tell you, not much effort. It's the only thing that grows on me. The sides don't grow. This has been growing since I was like 17. Like thick as well. Disgusting.
Guys, he had like the whole thing when I first met. They're like, he would wax it.
Yeah, funny enough, on the Gold Coast when I lived there, I had like huge, and I used to wax it with like hair gel, big 12s, and like everyone would sell me photos and things just for it. I was like, what the heck?
I thought he was a director.
What the heck, the director? Porno director. I was just getting photos non-stop for some reason. People love the mustache. I thought coming down to Sydney, going into Newtown, that's where I lived for a little bit. It's like, fire, it's going to get worse, but everyone hated it.
I feel like everyone has one here.
And then I just said I'll just shave it to a level and shape it and try and look a little bit normal.
No, but remember, he went once where he fully took it off because he did like a wrong thing.
Yeah, I done that.
Like he took too much hair off.
I was surprised.
Rookie mistake.
Tequila. I like it, mate. I like it. Keep it there.
Jazz wants the pics. She wants the evidence. So that might have to come up on the Flippityflop Instagram page, I reckon, in the future. We'll be keeping an eye out for it there. So, guys, we've got 5 minutes left. What we usually do before the end is we do a little bit of a run around. Now, you guys aren't on YouTube yet. Now, we have been trying to convince you at points in time, but it is a big commitment. But what we'll do is we'll do a run around. Brad will tell us about what he's got coming up on YouTube, and then you guys can talk about any sort of future plans with the Instagram pages, and what's coming up in the future. So we'll start off with Brad. What's coming up on the channel this week?
Yeah, so as mentioned, just a bit of a scam happened. So, you know me, I can't just sit here and talk about the scam, so I might reenact it or something. I don't know. So there we go. We'll do something stupid to make those trolls cringe as they reckon they do. So I'll have that. And then I'm going to, well, hopefully it'll drop over the weekend. I'm actually jumping on a plane Friday. I'm coming to stay with you, Brad, this weekend coming. So if I can, I'll get a video up over the weekend. I'll schedule it. I'm going to actually start doing some what sold videos of my thrifting videos. So, you know, I sit here and talk about the shit that I've sold, But quite often, because I am every now and then I'll film when I'm actually sourcing. So I'm actually going to go back over some videos from 3 months ago and go through it, what profit I made from that video. So people that have seen the video actually know if I sold the items or why I didn't sell the items or all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to start doing a few more of them just to see how we went with it. And it's a good way for me to look back on it too, I guess. So hopefully, if I can get that one edited as well, that will come out while I'm over your way, Brad. So I might have to borrow your Wi-Fi. I'm sure it'll be a bit better than mine.
Yeah, we don't have any noodle alarms here, so you'll probably do it right. But yeah, Judd is coming this way on Friday, which we're absolutely stoked for. So we'll make sure we get some videos out about that. But Flippityflop, tell us what's coming up on Instagram and what's the future of the new page. And is there a YouTube channel in the makes? Because Uncle Wayne has said, definitely try it. YouTube, you have great chemistry.
Thank you. Well, we did actually end up purchasing Adobe Premiere Pro about 3 months ago. We got the Joby mic, we got the whatever it is, the stand. Anyways, went to like flop because we filmed a little bit. We filmed once. Sorry, we're going off tangent, and we were going to do one, and Jesse wasn't happy with the footage, and we never did it anyway. But we're hoping to do it once we do get up in the Gold Coast.
Yeah, we want to do it when we settle down. Obviously, a little bit. There's a lot of crap going on now, but we want to do more of like a vloggy type and show just
what we do as well in our life.
In a day, I think I think I get like a lot of
enjoyment out of watching that.
Yeah, and also just I don't know what the heck I'm saying.
Yeah, but anyway, we don't know what we do with Instagram and stuff. We'll just keep posting. I mean, this week's annoying. I only filmed really when Jesse's with me. Like I don't usually film by myself. And tomorrow, we might film tomorrow, but it's just usually when we go
I'm
thrifting.
Sick.
Oh yeah, Jesse can't film. So or we've been doing raffles on our page, but we realized we did 2 in 1 month, and we need to now just wait a little bit.
Yeah. So for Thirsty, we've been putting a lot of time into Thirsty Vintage, our other page on Instagram. We really want that just to grow as much as possible because we want to do like raffles and we want to get into into that a bit more, and obviously hopefully we can push into a cafe and things like that. Obviously get a name for ourselves first.
Absolutely love it. Jazz said you'll never be happy with footage, just FYI, get onto it.
If it's something you want to do, seriously, just don't even worry about editing or anything, even what people think about it. Just do it. Because once you start doing it, then you get into a groove. Because it took me ages to actually start making videos. I was anxious what people would say, what they'd think, and at the end of the day I thought, well, who cares? Like, I'm just going to do this and we'll have some fun with it. And I look back on, well, honestly I don't look back on my videos, but I think back on my original videos, and look, I'm still a dickhead, but I was worse then. I just the footage was shit. So I think back onto that, it was rubbish. But then now that was more just because I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in talking in front of the camera. Wasn't confident in people actually seeing it. Now it's just sort of natural because I've been doing it for a little while. But I encourage anyone, if it's something they want to do, I mean, do it. Even from the very start, before you know anything, just do it. It's fun. You can track your whole journey, and it's a bit of fun. You meet great people. Why not? Just get it out there.
And look where the community is now with the great quality content that Brad brings out, where he's entertaining, and every time someone new comes in, there's something different they bring to the community. So never feel like people will judge people, but at the end of the day, 99% of the community are positive. So you just gotta
get around. The community's a good one. It's a good community. 99% of it.
100%. And just quickly for us, I spent most of today editing this video that I thought was a great idea. So we put together this video and it's called the Ultimate Thrift Guide. And what it is it's going to be a multiple part series of all the different sections of a thrift store and what to look for. So first up, we started with men's, and we went through every section in the men's area and told people what we look for and why we look for it, which I thought was a great idea. I got all the footage together for it, but then I realized I had to edit it and put in screenshots and overlays and background, and it almost destroyed me. So there's a 18-minute video coming out on Friday at this point in time, which is that video. So hope you guys enjoy that one. So something a bit different to what we usually put out. So
cool.
Just start vlogging. Mine are shocking, but I keep at it. Who cares what people think? I love your videos, Charlie. Just throwing that out there.
So, and that's the thing. And Charlie thinks that about herself. I think that about mine. And everyone's like that when you're making the videos. You're like, oh, do I put it up? Do I not? You know. But then I watch Charlie's videos, and she's just a natural. Her videos are fucking awesome. Like, I love watching her stuff, and I love watching all the Australian content. To be honest, just seeing the different things and the different styles people have. So it's like when you look in the mirror and you go, fuck, I look ugly today, don't I? But everyone else is like, no, you look all right. You look at a photo. You look at a photo of yourself and you go, oh, no, that's no good. But everyone else sort of sees it as just kind of normal. It's all good. So it's just the same sort of thing. Just do it. Get it up.
Yeah. Have some fun with it. But thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. And thank you to Jesse and Tamara from Flippityflop for jumping in on the chat. Now, you know where these guys are. Jazzy's dropped their Thirst Tea Vintage at there. And you also know you can find them at Flippityflop _ on Instagram. We would like to thank you guys for joining us. We do appreciate it. And thanks for bringing some fun to the community as well. So thanks for your time. You can stick around after we close out, but appreciate everyone being here. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Make sure you smash the thumbs up on the way out for these guys. We'll be back next Sunday after Judd has been here, so God knows what sort of form we'll be in. We'll probably be a bit rusty. But we'll be here next Sunday, same place, same time. So catch you later.